a second live video. So all this year I said I'm going to be pushing myself to the limits, doing things that are uncomfortable for me because it's like I want to grow. I want to become this best version of me. So why not do something that I haven't done before? So anywho, the name of this group or the name of this live too is going to be called the X People Pleaser Circle, right? So if you pay attention and you watch my first video, then this pretty much is going to be the same thing, but I'm going to be talking about different topics. So this is going to be a completely new topic or whatever. Oh, I'm stumbling across my words. Anywho, so I like to call it the X People Pleaser Circle because I believe in manifesting. I believe in speaking things into existence, even when it may not be a reality for you, because it just adds like this positive energy onto your life, especially when it comes to like bad habits of like people pleasing or whatever. Because it's like you eventually want to leave, this circle, this group or whatever, or this live, and become an actual ex people pleaser. One day. So I create this space just to have people come in, and then eventually it'll get there. Right now, I'm just gonna be sharing my stories, but I want people to come on here, share their stories on, how they overcame certain things in life of just, sometimes being like a yes sir type person or yes man, yes woman type person, and not really doing so much of things that's for their own lives. You know what I'm saying? So eventually, it's like we can all just help each other out because I feel like I've came a long way, and it's been a journey. I'm still adjusting. I'm still catching myself when I get caught up into doing things for other people versus doing things for myself first. So that's why I call it the X People Pleaser Circle. And let's go to my next thing. In this group too, I want to discuss, and I'm probably going to discuss this every single time, is basically learning how to start your day off the right way. And when I say the right way, I'm meaning in a way where it's fulfilling to you more so than everybody else and their mama wanting you to do something. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like once you're together, everything else is just going to be aligned with you. You're going to be able to just get to a place where it's not going to feel like heavy on you. Like, oh, I have to do this for this person. And you're going to be resenting doing something for that person because you haven't done anything for yourself. So it's best to start your day off the right way. And that's doing things for you first. Then once you have the time and the energy left over to do stuff for other people, then go about doing that. It makes a big difference. So that's what I've been implementing in my life, doing more things for myself. It puts me in a place where I'm not as frustrated or angry or whatever when it comes to, obligations, responsibilities, or somebody, just asking me, hey, can you do X, Y, and Z? And it starts off by pretty much making sure that the night before you plan your day out. You plan your day out to the point where it's like, at these times, I know I have to do X, Y, and Z for myself. So that way, when it comes to people that are dealing with this habit of people pleasing, you tend to get like pulled in every which way. Like, somebody can easily just come up to you and be like, hey, I need you to write me this paper. Can you do it for me? I need it done by 12 p.m. today. And it's like most people that are dealing with people pleasing, they'll be like, okay, yeah, I got you, because they don't want to be looked at as like they can't be counted on, or they don't want to be looked at as like, okay, if I don't do this, this person isn't going to love me anymore. They're not going to like me anymore, things of that nature. And it's like, that's why it's important to plan your day out the night before. So then when that person asks you like, hey, I need you to do this, you can be like, hold on, that ain't on my schedule. That ain't on my calendar. Today I have to do what I need to do for myself, but I'll let you know when or if I can do what you're asking me to do. So that's why it's important to start your day off the right way. So let's see. What I want to talk about today, I put it in the title. I don't know if y'all seen it, but basically what I want to talk about is people pleasing when it comes to parents and when it comes to like friends or just family period in general. So I'm gonna tell you a little bit about me and kind of how like I was raised. and where people pleasing to me, like, it started. And I'm glad I'm out of that. So anywho, it started when I was a younger kid or whatever, and I had a parent who at the time was like real strict on like what I can do and what I can't do. It's kind of like, that saying, like, it's like either my way or the highway type thing. And it's just like, that's exactly how he was. And it put me in a place where I didn't want to have any confrontation. I didn't want to upset him or, be looked at as a bad kid. All of these things, it's like that I was thinking about as a kid, that I feel like your parent isn't really thinking about that. They're just thinking about what they believe is what's best for you, versus like, okay, let me probably have a conversation or ask this person, like, or at least tell them, like, look, I want you to do this, but how do you feel about this? And then some things, of course, being like a kid, you're not going to really understand, and the parent is going to have to do what they need to do to, push you in the right direction. But for a lot of times, you can still have conversations with your kids or whatever. And this is what I was not getting from my parent. It was more so like, you do what I say, and if you don't, there's going to be consequences. There's going to be a punishment. I'm going to treat you differently. I'm going to treat you in a way that most likely you're going to start losing respect for me. And that's basically what happened, because as I got older, I started having boundaries. I started saying, no, I'm not doing that. I started speaking up for myself, standing up for what I represent, what I value, And once I did that, I could see a difference in how my parent looked at me, how they treated me. It was more so like I was going against them, but it's just like, this is who I always been, a person with, my own values, with my own thinking, with my own opinions. But it's like, you just never put me in a situation where I felt comfortable explaining to you what I need and what I don't need, or what I like and what I don't like. So now it comes off as if I'm going against you, when it's just like, no, you never gave me the opportunity to tell you how I truly feel. And what happens, unfortunately, is that you start to create this distance with this person. And then eventually, like in my case, this parent is no longer in my life as far as, communication and like, hey, how you doing? That type of stuff. Right. And it's very unfortunate. And it hurts, but it is what it is, because at the end of the day, I know what I stand for. I know what my values are. I know what's important to me, and I know what I care about. And if I'm around somebody that doesn't, take that into consideration, then they have no place in my life. You see what I'm saying? Especially in a case where they put you in some type of danger, or they hurt you in some type of way, it could be physically, it could be emotionally, or whatever. And especially the ones like you love too, that's attached to you, and they do some shady stuff. But anywho, I'm not gonna get too much deep into that, but it's like a matter of just like, what I'm gonna talk about in this video is just having these boundaries with your parents. And then it's the same with family, other family members and friends too, because you tend to have like friends, I'm gonna say friends with the little quotations, because at the end of the day, sometimes they're not really your friends. They're there to use you. They're there to see what they can get up out of you, because they know that you're afraid to speak up, and they might not even care. It might not even get to that point. It might be just them thinking like, they say, what am I trying to say? That they say yes every time the person says yes every time they ask you to do something. You're like, okay, yeah, I got you. So they're going to typically ask you to do it, because they know that you already going to say yes or whatever. So to me, it's like, that's not really a friend, because it's like you can ask them and have a conversation with like, how do you feel when I keep asking you to, I don't know, babysit my kids or whatever. I'm trying to think of something, but like, how do you feel? Like, I feel like a friend should ask you, like, are you really okay? Like, what can I do for you? That type of thing. Like, I noticed you've been helping me so much, but I haven't really, helped you with anything. I'm always asking you for something, and it's like, I'm kind of losing my train of thought here, but it's a matter of just, a real friend will understand that you have boundaries and you have limits. It's basically what I'm trying to say, because we're human beings, we're not going to always want to do some of the same things over and over. We might be busy, we might not have the time. We might not have the mental capacity to do certain things. And it's like a true friend will understand that it's okay for the other person to tell them no. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's okay for you not to be there for me today. That doesn't mean that you don't care about them. That doesn't mean that, you know, you don't love them, or that doesn't mean that you don't want nothing to do with them. It's just you being okay with telling that person, like, look, it's hard. You know, it's hard for me to continue doing things for you because I haven't been able to plan out my day and do what I need to do for myself. And that's what I was talking about at the beginning of this video. It's just like being able to plan out your day the right way and doing more things of what's important for you. Then you can be able to go help somebody else with whatever they need from you. You know, so it's basically having these boundaries when it comes to family and friends, like, period. Don't be just saying yes because, oh, I love them, they raised me. No, 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 no. If you don't want to do something, speak on it. You know, your parents should definitely understand, like, you know, especially if you're an adult now, like, you're grown, you got obligations, you got responsibilities, you got things that you want to do that's important to you as well. So yeah, I feel like I was talking a whole bunch, but whatever. Hopefully y'all got it. Let me see. So I like to keep these videos short. I ain't trying to be on here all day. I know y'all ain't trying to be on here all day. So the last thing, or I got two more things I want to talk about actually. I just want to go over some affirmations. So let me find these. So actually, no, before the affirmations, I don't know if y'all noticed, but I have a ebook, right? I have an ebook called 30 Effective Ways for You to Stop People Pleasing. And I put a lot of sweat and tears and time and energy into creating this book for people that are dealing with this bad habit of people pleasing, because I broke it down into creating like 30 different ways you can like try like each and every day or whatever. Not 30 ways in one day, but like breaking it down. Let's say for like, you take an example, a month, right? Each day you can break it down and do one of these things in this ebook, right? Where it's going to put you on a path of you actually becoming this ex people pleaser, right? So people pleasing will be a thing of the past, you know, and it gets you closer and closer and closer and closer, because a lot of things that I mentioned in the book were a lot of things that I had to do as well. It's like, it starts off too with like journaling, like keeping pretty much like notes on your progress and seeing where you are at, you know, as far as, okay, do I need to work on boundaries with my family members? Do I need to work on boundaries with my coworkers? Do I need to plan off my day the right way, doing more things of what's important to me? Do I need to work on like kind of like my mental too, like telling myself like it's okay for me to not have the capacity to do things for people and to be able to do things for myself, and they still would, you know, not think less of me. They still would love me. They still would want to, you know, be around me or whatever. So anywho, that's pretty much what the ebook is just speaking of. And so if y'all are really serious about overcoming people pleasing, then go ahead. I'm gonna put the link probably somewhere either in the comments or at the description of this video, and go ahead and just purchase it. It's only like $20 anyways. You know, I know y'all got $20, like especially tax time coming up. Stop playing. Go ahead and cop that book. But anywho, I'm gonna leave y'all with these affirmations, right? So I got 3 of them. The first one goes like this: my feelings and opinions are valid and important. I'm gonna say that one more time. My feelings and opinions are valid and important. I like that one actually. Of course, I mean, I wrote this down, but I like it because it's like sometimes we feel like our feelings and opinions aren't valued or important, because especially if we're dealing with a person that's near us, right? That's like in our energy space, where they're so like, you know, boisterous and loud about what really matters to them. And it's like kind of like your opinions and your values kind of get like drowned out, you know. It's like you can't even, you know, hear it. You make it, it's almost as if you don't even want to speak on it because their opinion is so strong and they're so, but it's like basically you have to put yourself in situations like this more often, so get into practicing of speaking up regardless of how this person may take it, but you knowing you standing on business and what you believe in and your values, and it's like you're just getting that point across to the other person. And at the end of the day, it's kind of like just believing, like, if this person is who they truly say they are, like somebody that really cares about me and that will understand me and that loves me, they will be okay with me having these boundaries. They will be okay with me telling them, like, this is my opinion and this is what I believe in, regardless if it goes against what their belief in or their belief in or their opinion. You know what I'm saying? So just practice doing more of that. Let me go to this other affirmation, the second one. I got one more after this one. I can express my true self without fear of rejection. I'm gonna say that again. I can express my true self without fear of rejection. So it goes back to that first one. Like, you can express yourself without fear of rejection. Like, don't let the fear of rejection, because most of the time it's not even really gonna happen. It's all in your head anyways. Don't let the fear of rejection stop you from expressing your true self. You being who you are, each and every day. And the last one, my value is not determined by how much I do for others. I feel like that's a big one, because it's like, you shouldn't allow your value to be determined just by how much you do for other people. It should be more so like, it's okay for you not to want to do something for other people, or you not to have the mental capacity or the physical capacity to do something for other people, and you're still value. You see what I'm saying? Like, you're still worth whatever you believe your worth is to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't always have to do stuff for other people, like, to show that you care. I have to do no. Sometimes, like, I feel like for me, I feel like it's okay for you just to be in my presence, for you to be there for me. Just there, period. That's enough for me to feel like, value. You don't always have to do something for me. You don't have to go, full clothes. You could just sit there and we could just be vibing and chilling. We could be talking about anything. Like, that's enough. You know what I'm saying? So you don't necessarily have to go buy gifts or take me on expensive trips. No, I don't need all that, So just believe in that your value is not determined by how much you do for others. So I feel like I said a whole bunch of stuff, man. But hopefully y'all are able to take something out this video, this live or whatever. And y'all come back next week. I'm gonna be doing another one next week. As long as I should have time to do it. So yeah, I should be doing another one next week. I'm not sure the topic, what it's gonna be about, but it's gonna be good, just like this one. Hopefully it is. And I'll see y'all next week.